spell I in team. No, 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 no. Fin fans up north, fin fans in the south, to the east and to the west. What's better than this? More of this. Let's talk about it. Yeah, so did you guys catch that Tyreek podcast there with him and Waddle? Yeah, let me know what you guys think on that. I mean, because my initial thoughts with Reek and J-Dub talking about football, I thought it was good chemistry. I think it's a good rapport, with these wide receivers, that they get out there and talk with each other. And I hope he gets everybody out there, honestly, and so we can just get an idea what the team is like personally. Like, they're talking about how it was growing up in the South, and I tell you, growing up in the South, because that's where I grew up, in Atlanta and Augusta, Georgia, is the fact that it's like playing football out there growing up in the South. I mean, you're playing against, first off, a lot of kids with speed. That's true. And not to say there ain't speed nowhere else, but down in the South, playing, there's kids that really want to compete with you out there. And you'll find sometimes a lot of kids, will play with grown folk like me. And that was growing up in the Midwest and in Georgia. My uncles and stuff and, their friends and our cousins, relatives, would have us playing with them. And I remember they used to throw the ball up in the air for us. And they take our legs out from underneath us while we in the air trying to kick the ball. But they give us like a couple dollars or something if we held onto the ball. So like being kids, it was like, that's what we did. You know how you go to the swimming pool, you line up to see who's, to see who's going to do the next dive or something. Kids was lined up to get the ball, to go play catch and catch the ball in the air and get their legs taken out from them and hold onto the ball and get a dollar. Then at the end of all that, then we take all that money, we put it all together and we get like a bunch of candy. And it was cool. And then sometimes, we had like these little juke sessions where, we like trade off candy to see who had the best jukes or something like that. And that's how I remember it too in the South, just like that. And even like playing and, you never want to be the last one picked. And I mean, of course, there were some big kids out there and everything. You playing with the bigger ones. So, a lot of times, they was picking the big kids. But if you got out there and you did your thing, you was definitely gonna be in that top 3 picks right out the gate. I mean, just right out the gate. And I say that because it's like I've been on both ends of it, and 9 times out of 10, it was like I was at the top, but at the same time it wasn't a good feeling. But anyway, we all got to play, and that's what it was about. It was about competition. I like how they talked about the game of football, because the game of football, how I compartmentalize things is played in a couple different ways, right? Like you have your high school level, right? After like badminton and all that other stuff, you have your high school level, and then from your high school level, you kind of like step it up a notch, and then you go to like your college level, that college ball level, and from the college ball level, then we jump into what I've always known it as to be game speed. And that game speed is like it's first off, it's like training with tires, right? It's like training with the rubber band and the tires, and then pulling the rubber band and the tires off you and just letting you run. That's what game speed is like. It's a whole, that's definitely levels to that. So I like how they was talking about that. And I like how they're talking about Tyreek was talking about the hard work and in the mindset, and basically it's no excuses, and he's right, and it was something that was put out there once before. Like the moment you step on that field, whether it's OTAs or whether you're in training camp, it's like your mindset got to be right, and you got to work hard because there's no excuses. Even in like high school has gotten to a point now where they're not like looking for kids just to come out and to fill up a roster spot. They're looking for kids to get out there who want to get out there and play, who want to get out there and compete. And so you got to work hard, and your mindset got to be right. So I like how they was talking about that. I was listening to what Jada was talking about, how he was talking about like I guess one of his homeboys was getting drafted, and the one of the announcers was comparing Waddle as the next up and coming Tyreek Hill, and Tyreek Hill was like doing his thing in the NFL at the time, and J-Dub was like he liked Tyreek Hill, but kind of thought Tyreek Hill could have been a diva or something, but he got to get a chance to know him and everything, and found out that that Reek is he's one authentic dude. He's like real people, and so I like that too. I like the fact that. I like the fact that Reek said, if you love the game the way that you say you do, then go out there and play that game like you say that you love it. And looking at how he plays, you can tell that man is out there playing like he feel blessed every time he strapped them shoes on and touched that field. And I like that mindset. He's going to get out there and give it his whole 100, whether, the team's behind or whether the team's up ahead. And, something else, he said that was pretty cool too. He says that that's what it takes to be a great teammate. And I like the fact that he said that, because that's what it does take. If you got this man over here going a whole 100, then you should be going a whole 100, and the next man should be going a whole 100, because that's what it's about all day. Everybody's playing for the same thing. We're on that same train headed in one direction, right? It's like when you go to the airport, you taking a flight to MIA, you're gonna meet a bunch of people on that flight going in one direction. So if you're on a team, you're playing for the Super Bowl, so everybody should be playing for the same thing. So I like how he said that. And he also was talking some pre-existent stuff, he was talking some stuff up in the existence, I should say. He was talking Super Bowl. He said that's how we're gonna get to the Super Bowl, and I love that. And I think the only thing though, he should have said Super Bowls, and made it plural, But no matter what, hey, I love that. I love that positive energy. That synergy that's flowing through the Miami team right now, and I can't wait to see how it's gonna translate from the training to the preseason and into the regular season. So I'm gonna be anxious for that. And Tyreek went on, he was talking more and stuff, and he's talking about scoring generational TDs on folk. Like he said that he'll score TD on your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your brother, your sister, the babies. Like he said, he's scoring TDs on everybody in the fam. So I like that talk. I mean, he ain't being too brash with it, but he just saying that he's going a whole 100. He's gonna play his game. If you play your game, and he's playing his game, but he's gonna get his. So I really like that. I like that a lot. And I'm gonna say it's been a minute since I've heard that type of confidence and that swagger coming out of any Miami Dolphin receiver like that. So I'm anxious to see what this is going to be about. And I tell you, it's like, he also said it was going to be a horror movie for cornerbacks. And I'm going to tell you like that. That's going to be one movie I'm going to be watching every Sunday with some popcorn. And I don't know. I'll probably play some cartoons too. I don't know, because I'm hoping and I know that these guys is going to be eating, so it's going to be good. It's going to be good to see how this is going to work out. And a couple other things I liked about that whole meeting and that whole like realness is the fact it was real. They talked about everything from like dating to giving family money. And I tell you, it's like, I guess when you have a lot of money and you dating somebody, I think that people probably do get greedy and people become selfish. But then too, I think that if you're that type of person that has those resources available, and you are able to surround yourself around people who truly and indeed care about you, I think that you'll have a better chance at holding and maintaining your money and still being able to help others in need, and others that you don't even know that you're willing to help. One thing I'll say, and I'd like to share with you guys, is that like with this team that I'm working with, I'm on this little crypto team, and we have some other things going on, is that our motto is this. It's MIA, okay? MIA. It's not missing in action. It's not Miami. It's money is abundant. Think of how many times you've touched money in your hand since you was a child, getting money here and there for the tooth fairy or for your birthday, whatever. And look where you're at now, and you're still getting money. It's coming back around. So it's always good when you have that mindset. You want to share it. You want to get it out there. You want to help feed the world, because that's what we're all about. You look at the trees and the grass up underneath you. All that stuff is connected, all up underneath our feet. And yet they feed each other still. That's what it's about. It's making the world grow. And that's what's going to make the Dolphins grow into a Superbowl dynasty team for like the next 10 years. If we could do it 12, 15, I'll be cool with that too. And that's just what it's about, man. I love that. I love that a lot. So, like, since Reek is like talking about books and everything, I tell you like a book that on the real that I think people should read, and I've read it, and it's a fantastic book. Of course, number one being the Bible. That's always good. It's always good. And there's a book out there called Love Dare, and that book is written by Alex Kendrick, and it talks about like unconditional love, being promised at weddings, but all that stuff never really practiced in real life. And talks about how like romance and hopes are replaced by disappointment at the home. And it talks about how to fix that in people's relationships. So the name of that book is called Love Dare. I think it's a good book. Check it out. It's by Alex Kendrick. I thought that was pretty cool. Anyhow, if you guys have any questions, comments, thoughts, ideas, just drop them down there for me. Let me know. And if you can, please subscribe and like and hit the bell. We're trying to get to like 500 subs. I thought it was 100 subs, but it's actually 500 subs that we can actually have a poll option. and we can release some stuff in our and have a merch